Hey there guys, another quick tip, and this one's very similar to one of the ones I've sort of already done, which is where I said I've shuffled my commander away. This is where I've shuffled my hand away. Alright, so yes, today we're talking about how you can get around this whole I've shuffled my hand away. It's an issue that does happen. It happens less than people shuffling their commander away, but it's one of those things that does happen. So one tip is use less effects that make you shuffle your deck. Like if you have any of these tutoring effects, if you notice that you tend to accidentally shuffle your hand away, or you've done it in the past, or you keep doing it, especially if you keep doing it, it's one of those things. Just take some of those effects out of your deck. Yes, I know they can be very useful and all of this sort of stuff, but just take those effects out of your deck, or just, rely on them less, because it's one of those things that if you constantly seem to do this and shuffle your hand away, it's like, well, there's no getting around it. Like, you can't prove to anyone what was in your hand realistically, or whatever, or any of this sort of stuff. It's annoying, but it's one of those things where you've just got to go with it and go, well, I've now got no hand and I'm stuck top decking that, or I just concede. But again, remove effects that allow you to search your deck and whatnot until you get more and more used to it. Another tip is expose yourself to shuffling more, perhaps. Going the opposite way is just like always keep tutor and do things and do this sort of thing, and put your hand underneath your commander or something like this, or underneath your life counter or whatever. That's another way to get around it, is if you just put your hand underneath your life counter, or on the opposite side of your playmat or whatever, something like this, or whatnot, things like that. You can also just sit on your hand, put your hand literally under your butt and sit on your hand or whatever. Things like this, because if you shuffle your hand away, it's one of the worst feelings ever. And just finding little ways to make sure you don't shuffle your hand in is good. If something's going to your hand, especially, this can be a good way to do this as well. Is when you know where your hand is, or when you put it down on your playmat or whatever, if the card that you are tutoring for or whatever is revealed, it's easy to put it on top of the rest of the cards that are in your hand, and therefore you can see, okay, why is that card there sitting on top of these other cards? Oh yeah, that's my hand, that's right. So I don't shuffle those in. So it sort of helps you. Or you can put the card that's not revealed on basically the opposite direction to what your hand is sort of facing. So if you've got your hand facing up and down, essentially, you can put the card sideways. If you've got your hand facing sideways, you can put your the card you've tutored for up, straight up and down, vertically, or whatever. Just some of these little tips and tricks to get around shuffling your hand into your commander deck, into your deck somewhere, and then losing your entire hand, and then be like, oh, okay, great, now I've lost my entire hand somewhere in my deck, and what am I going to do now? So, yeah, I hear this a lot where people have gone, oh no, I've shuffled my hand in my deck, what am I going to do now? So, yeah, let me know, guys. What are some other tips? Because this isn't all the tips and tricks that I could come up with just for this little bit, but I hope that it's helpful and can do something to help some people who might have problems with doing this or whatnot. It's one of those things that sometimes people worry about or whatnot, that they'll shuffle their hand into their deck because they've seen people do it, I've heard people of doing it. So just more tips and tricks to help other people would be nice. If you could write your thoughts down there in the comments below, it doesn't just help me out with getting this video out to more people, which will help more people as well, but it also helps those people that are also in these situations, or help more people think about more ways they can get around some of these issues, help mitigate what they need to do and things like that. So, and I'll definitely be sure to try to reply to all the comments and that I can. Be very grateful for any responses and whatnot, especially for other people's benefit. So yeah, let everyone know what you think by writing your thoughts down there in the comments below. Hey, you've just finished watching one of our videos. A bunch of other videos are popping up on your screen now for you to check out, so why not check them out?